All right, time for Voyages. Everybody grab their book, their pencil, and their highlighter, just in case. So we're going to go back to Unit 5, and we want to do our practice. Sorry about that. Before we start, so we're going to be on page 73, 5.2 daily maintenance, and work on our diagramming. So it says, the horses are thirsty. Horses are thirsty. So number one, you're writing in your book while I'm writing on the board. It says, which word is a plural noun? Remember, plural means more than one. So you write your answer. I'm writing my answer. And horses. Did you write horses? Very good. Number two says, what is a verb? What is the verb? Excuse me, not what is a verb. What is the verb in this sentence? Everybody write it down. I'm writing my answer. And it is are, a state of being verb. That was always a tricky one for you guys. I hope you got it. Number three, and I just answered that question. It says, is the verb an action verb or a being verb? So let's write down being, because it's a being verb. Whoops. Sometimes you give it away. All right, now I'm going to diagram, and you're going to diagram at the same time, and then we'll check. All right, are you ready? There we go. So we have our subject, horses, our state of being verb, are, which means that we have an indirect object. Thirsty ties to horses. So we use our slanted line. And then the tells us more about the horses. So it should look like this. Hopefully yours does as well. Now, let's turn to our second lesson, 5.2, which would be on page 78, adjectives before nouns, which is the most common way we know of where adjectives come, that they usually come, and that's what we've been practicing in our book all year, was that adjectives come right before the noun. So we call those descriptive adjectives because they tell us more about the noun that comes after them. And of course they tell us what the noun looks like, the size of the noun, what it smells like or tastes like or feels like to touch or sounds like. So in the first part, get your highlighter out, underline the descriptive adjectives in each sentence. Some sentences have one, some have more than one. They have numbers at the end of the sentence to let you know how many to look for. So let's do the first two together since those have different numbers. And I'll write down the answers while you highlight. Number one says, Jeff and I raked the dry leaves. There's a one at the end, so there's one adjective in that sentence. Find it and highlight it. Did you highlight dry? It tells that the leaves are dried out. Very good. The second sentence says, a brown bird sits in a tall tree. There are two adjectives in that sentence. Can you find them? I'm going to write them. You're highlighting. Okay. The first one was brown, and that goes with bird. And the second one was tall, and that goes with tree. I'm going to let you finish the rest on your own. In the second part, we're going to use our highlighters again. So keep those out. And you are going to find the adjective that is describing a noun, and you're going to highlight the adjective and the noun. So we're going to do number 6 together. And I'll write the adjective and the noun, but you're supposed to highlight both of them. The sun is actually a giant star. The sun is actually a giant star. So everybody write down the adjective that describes a noun and the noun that it is describing. All right. So you are highlighting. Did you highlight giant star? I hope so. Giant star. And then you, of course, are going to finish 7 through 11 on your own. At the bottom, you are going to put some descriptive adjectives, we did this on the page before, into the sentence that makes sense. So we have the adjectives huge, powerful, ancient, and magnificent. And so the first sentence, number 12, says, the blank Egyptians built pyramids. All right, write down the one you think best describes Egyptians. Did you write ancient? Very good. Now, you're going to finish the rest of the page, and you can send me a picture of it with Seesaw. All right. See you tomorrow for Voyages.